हाय देयर, दिस इज प्रतीक्षा। वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। सो आज के वीडियो में हम देखने वाले enumerate function, how we can use it and where we can use the enumerate function. So first we're gonna see how to get index and item of that particular index from the sequence, from the list or any sequence by using enumerate function and without using enumerate function करनी होती है जब भी हमें item के साथ उसकी index की चाहिए होती है. So that time we can use a enumerate function, and also we can use a for loop, only for loop. So first we see, first now I have one list and I want to print all items and along with their index without using enumerate function. So let's see how I can get it. So for that we have to take one variable which is counter, and this whole first position of the item. So as we know, our indexing always start from 0. So here we have to take a index as a variable and store the 0, which is we can see this is a counter. So it hold our current or initial item position, initial position of the item. So for that, now I'm going to use a for loop. So for here, I'm taking I as a variable. So it will iterate throughout this list. So for I in our list, I want item from the list along with their index. So here I want print. We want to store the index because I want to print the index and item of that particular index. So and also we need to increase our index by 1. So index equal to index plus 1, because when this for loop iterate throughout this list, then this index should be increment by 1, because we want all items along with their index, and when we print it, then we'll get index and item of that particular index. So here we can see index is 0 and item of that particular index, which is Python. So like this we can print index and item of that. And now we see how we can print it by using enumerate function. So first, let's introduce you the what is an enumerate function. So enumerate function is a Python tool that helps you to iterate over the sequence, like sequence as we know, list, tuple, or strings. Through the enumerate function, we can iterating over the any sequence, and it keep track both on the index position and that value or the item at each position at the same time. So using enumerate function, we can also get item and position of that particular item from the sequence. So it's like having the counter that automatically increment as a your loop throughout the data. So we don't need to take any counter while using enumerate function like this. Here we have taken a one counter as index equal to 0, because here we are using only for loop. But now we want to use enumerate function, so we don't need to take any counter here, any counter to take to hold the current position of the data. So syntax for the enumerate functions: for here we take we want two variable, because here we take a two variable because we want to print index and item. So that's why here we can take any other name instead of index and item. So here I'm syntax for index and item in enumerate. This is our function, and we pass any sequence that we want here, and then we can print index and item. So let's see how enumerate function will get work. Suppose I'm taking one list one which containing some character like Python or some string values, Java, or the C, like this. And now I want item or this value along with their index. So now I'm going to use enumerate function. So first I'm taking index and then I want item. In enumerate function, here I'm going to use enumerate function and pass the list one here. And now I'm printing index index is index and item is a item that we have given name here. Index and items is items that we have given here. And when we print it, okay, here we have taken item as a variable. So item, so here we get index along with their item by using enumerate function. So here we don't need to take any counter to hold the current position of the current item or the initial item. So this is enumerate function. So let's see some benefits of using enumerate function. So we by using enumerate function, we don't need to separate the counter variable to know the current position in the loop. As we seen here, we don't need to take any counter to hold the current position, and our code become more concise and easier to read while using enumerate function. And using enumerate, we consider the Pythonic way to iterate over the sequence with the index. So this is all about enumerate function and get the value or the item along with their index. So that's it for this video. If you like this video, do like, share and subscribe our channel to get the more videos. So we'll meet in the next video. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.